There's a verse in First Peter chapter 5, and the lead in to it goes, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he may exalt you." And then it says this, this is part of humbling ourselves under God's mighty hand, casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. Casting all your anxieties on him. And we live in this world that's full of anxiety right now. Yesterday, the governor of Minnesota ordered us to stay home for 2 weeks. So we're gonna be doing that here at church. We'll still be live streaming the service, and we're still offering some things. But we're gonna be doing that. But there's so much fear and anxiety, and we have a choice. We have a choice in the middle of all this. We can complain about it, and there's probably a somewhat of a healthy level of like talking about what's going on. But complaining isn't good. We're not to be complainers. That's not a good option. We can worry and fret and live in fear about it. That's another thing we could do. I find that impulse in my heart as well. Or another thing that God gives us in this verse, in his word, is to cast it on shoulders that are big enough. We can cast it on his shoulders. It says, casting all our anxieties on him because he cares for us. And there's something there we got to believe, is that God cares for us. He wants to hear what is on our hearts, what's trying to make us anxious. He wants to know that, and we can cast it on him rather than holding it on ourselves. In the context of the verse, that is actually humbling ourselves, putting ourselves in the right place under God's hand, acknowledging that he is God and we are not, and we don't have to solve the problems of the universe. That's kind of his job description. That's his business. So I just invite you today, instead of complaining, instead of worrying and fretting, cast your anxieties on him. And one of the main ways we do that is we pray. And so one of the things we're doing today as a church is we are praying, and I've invited you to fast with me for Pastor Jim. He is in a battle with cancer, as many of you know. I just invite you to pray with us, pray for his healing. Ask God to have mercy in that way. Pray for his family, for his wife, Tony Lynn, for his daughters, Jess, Jen, and Julie, Lord, and just their family, that they would all have peace. Pray that they would just experience the peace of Christ, and that they would be able to continue to cast their cares on the God who is more than able to hold them in his hands.